Imagine taking out a radar van or a light armored vehicle with a single shot from over a mile away. In past episodes, we've covered monsters like the Barrett M82 M107 .50 caliber, the Denel NTW-20 20x82mm or 20x110mm, Ukraine's giant Snipex Alligator 14.5x114mm, and the CheyTac M200 .408 CheyTac. The Barrett XM109 is poised to join this elite club as number 5. In today's episode, we dive into the XM109, also called the Objective Sniper Weapon, an experimental anti-material rifle firing a 25x59mm grenade. We'll trace its development, specs, combat use, and see how it stacks up against those other big rifles. Before introducing our star, let's review the existing heavyweights in anti-material rifles. These guns fire very large rounds or even grenades far beyond ordinary sniper ammo. Denel NTW-20 20mm anti-material rifle. South Africa's NTW-20 is a crew-served style anti-material rifle. It was designed in the 1990s to disable vehicles and equipment. The NTW can be chambered for 20x82mm or 20x110mm Hispano cannon rounds. In the 20x82mm configuration, it fires a 1,000-gram projectile at about 720 meters per second, giving an effective range of roughly 1,500 meters. A 20x110mm variant boosts velocity to about 820 meters per second and slightly higher range. The rifle is huge, over 20 kilograms and 1.8 meters long, and breaks down for transport. Denel intended it to punch through light armor and fixed defenses. Snipex Alligator 14.5mm anti-material rifle. Ukraine's new Alligator is a long, magazine-fed bolt-action rifle firing the Soviet 14.5x114mm round. It weighs about 25 kilograms, and its 1.2-meter barrel launches a heavy bullet at 980 meters per second. This gives an astonishing effective range out to 4,000 meters, with maximum range over 7,000 meters on paper. The Alligator can penetrate roughly 10 millimeters of armor plate at 1,500 meters. Notably, it has already proved its reach. In Ukraine's 2022 conflict, a confirmed sniper kill was made at 2,710 meters with an Alligator, one of the longest recorded shots in combat. CheyTac M200 Intervention .408 CheyTac Rifle. This American bolt-action anti-material rifle is built for extreme precision. The Intervention comes in a .408 CheyTac, or 10.36x70mm version. It weighs about 14.1 kilograms, and it has a 29-inch barrel. Fired out of this heavy barrel, the .408 CheyTac round leaves the muzzle at roughly 914 meters per second and retains accuracy beyond 2,500 meters. The M200 can shoot 7 rounds on a detachable magazine, and its specialized ammunition and ballistic computer give it sub-MOA precision at very long range. It's often used by elite snipers for extreme long-range shots. For example, it holds the record for longest sniper kill, over 3,800 meters in tests. For comparison, the Barrett M82, or M107 .50 BMG rifle, the .50 cal, which kicked off this series, has an effective range around 1,830 meters and fires 12.7x99mm bullets of about 800 to 900 meters per second. It and other .50 cal rifles are widely used, but were only the first rung of heavy snipers. The NTW-20's 20mm and Alligator's 14mm rifles are on the next level of raw punch. The XM109 we're about to meet uses a completely different approach, a 25mm Grenadier round, to rival all of these. The Barrett XM109, also known as the objective sniper weapon, is a hybrid between a sniper rifle and a grenade launcher. It was developed by Barrett Firearms starting in the late 1990s to meet a U.S. Special Operations Command need for a 20 to 25 millimeter sniper rifle. Derived from the Barrett M82 M107 50 cal family, the XM109 maintains many parts of that proven system but is shorter, overall length about 1.2 meters, and fires a much larger projectile. Barrett and SOCOM envisioned it as a payload rifle to defeat light armored vehicles, equipment, or fortifications at long range without using heavy missiles. In fact, the XM109 was designed to use the same 25 by 59 millimeter high-velocity shell developed for the XM307 25 millimeter automatic grenade launcher. Early U.S. development built about 10 prototypes, but the rifle was never officially adopted. Instead, the XM109 conceptually bridged anti-materiel rifles and grenade launchers. It fires a 25 by 59 millimeter round from a semi-auto recoil-operated action. The projectile can be a point-detonating or high-explosive anti-armor heat warhead. A programmable airburst round was also envisioned, though fielding that is complicated. The rifle weighs about 33.3 pounds without optics. It has a 5-round detachable box magazine and a shorter barrel, about 450 millimeters, than a standard Barrett 50 cal. Even so, the XM109 packs huge firepower. Published specs list its maximum effective range at about 6,335 feet, equal to approximately 1,930 meters. Other sources similarly note it can engage targets over a mile out, over 6,000 feet. Because it fires a heavy 25 millimeter grenade with relatively little propellant, recoil is intense. Tests show the XM109's recoil energy exceeds 60 foot-pounds, far above the 36 foot-pounds of a Barrett 50 cal. To absorb this, the XM109 uses a dual-chamber muzzle brake, a spring-damped recoiling barrel system like the M82, a soft shoulder pad, and bipod. Even so, each shot feels like a cannon blast. Development studies highlighted the unique capabilities of the XM109. By one test, it took half as many shots for the XM109 to disable a BMP-3 infantry fighting vehicle at 800 meters as it did for a Barrett M82A1 50 cal. At 600 meters, the XM109's 25 millimeter round penetrated over 1.5 inches, approximately 38 millimeters, of rolled homogeneous armor, more than a standard 50 cal BMG round would achieve at that range. In practical terms, the XM109 could punch through heavy walls or light armor with a single shot, where a 50 cal might require several. This extra oomph comes from the 25 millimeter warhead. For example, XM109 ammunition, like the XM1049 AP round, can defeat C4ISR equipment and light vehicle armor at about 2,000 meters. Aside from these lab tests, actual battlefield use of the XM109 is limited. The U.S. never fielded it in combat, and it remained an experimental prototype through the 2000s. However, recent reports suggest some XM109s have made it to Ukraine. MilitaryFactory.com lists Ukraine's army as a known operator of the XM109. It's plausible that in the 2020s, this rifle saw frontline use or evaluation against Russian armor. Outside of Ukraine, there were few confirmed users. For contrast, the French PGM Hecate II, a 12.7 millimeter bolt action, has been widely fielded by France and other nations. For instance, in Afghanistan, Mali. The Barrett 50 cal itself is still used by U.S. and Allied forces worldwide. But as of this writing, the 25 millimeter XM109 remains exceptionally rare.
Let's sum up the XM109's key specs and design features. The rifle's caliber is 25 by 59 millimeters, using the same brass as the XM307 crew-served weapon. It's semi-automatic with a short recoil action, meaning the barrel recoils to cycle the action after each shot. It feeds from a 5-round box magazine. The overall weight is about 15.1 kilograms, 33.3 pounds, unloaded, nearly the same as the Barrett M107.50. Its length is about 1,200 millimeters, 47.2 inches with stock extended. The barrel is around 450 millimeters, 17.7 inches, quite short for such a caliber, making the rifle more compact. Because of the heavy projectile and high-velocity round, typical muzzle velocity is in the range of 400 to 500 meters per second. Exact numbers vary by ammo type. Published data emphasize muzzle energy rather than velocity. One military overview notes the XM109 can engage targets out to approximately 1,930 meters. In practice, that's similar to or slightly less than a Barrett .50, but the XM109 round carries explosive warheads. The rifle is fitted with a large dual-chamber muzzle brake and a buffered slide in the receiver to tame recoil. For aiming, it can accept a variety of optics or even Barrett's own ballistic computer module, bores, used on the M82 or M107. The XM109's ammunition deserves special note. It can fire both armor-piercing and high-explosive 25mm rounds. One test of an armor-piercing shell found 1.5 inches, 38mm RHA penetration at 500 meters. Warhead development aimed at even greater penetration, 2 inches for future ammo. The high-explosive rounds can breach walls or disable vehicles by blast. Unlike a pure bullet, the 25mm shell's light propellant and heavy payload mean each shot packs massive impulse, explaining the extreme recoil. In summary, the XM109 is essentially a man-portable 25mm cannon. It has about the same footprint and weight as the 12.7mm Barrett, but shoots around 25 by 59mm, originally designed for a crew-serve weapon. This gives it far greater terminal effect on materiel targets at the cost of greater recoil in slightly shorter effective range. The Barrett XM109 represents a remarkable chapter in sniper rifle evolution. It's essentially a man-portable 25mm anti-armor system, bridging the gap between infantry firearms and crew-served cannons. As we've seen, it was born from 1990s SOCOM requirements, built on Barrett's proven .50 cal platform and aimed at destroying materiel from extreme distances. Its specs: 25 by 59mm semi-auto action, 15 kilograms weight, and approximately 1.9 kilometers reach put it in a class of its own. If fully adopted, an XM109 operator could disable light armor or equipment that a regular sniper rifle could not, essentially giving infantrymen a tank-busting rifle. We hope this deep dive into the XM109, Episode 5 of Legendary Rifles, gave you a clear, detailed picture of what makes this weapon tick. Let us know your thoughts. Did we miss any key detail about this gun? If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. What rifle should Episode 6 cover? Tell us below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more legends of the rifle world.